I intend to make this video as a simple eye-opener, a simple thumbnail, a simple title, not something here to try and grab your attention and sell you on whatever next is popular. No. The greatest jihad is to speak a word of truth before a tyrant. Muhammad, peace be upon him, the Islamic prophet. When I look at this world and when I look at where society is going, I look 20 years before, I look 20 years back. The internet revolution, where our lives literally changed forever by a cause so great, so powerful, it changed generations. To get into the purpose of this video, I want to say that which no one has the courage to say, something that every one of us know, but are just too afraid to say it. Our old ways of doing business are of no benefit to us at all. Finding employees, interviewing them, training them, monitoring them, all of that entire process of getting the brand image out through actual human beings, employees, it is a failed method. It's old, it's broken, it's unreliable, and it's not scalable. But you already know this. It's the reason you've been searching for an answer. It's the reason that you're listening to me, allowing me to give you an eye-opener. You clicked on this video to understand the AI renaissance, what it means and how it can actually benefit you. So before we get into this, I want to personally say, oh people of understanding, I want to personally invite you into the AI renaissance. A time period so great, so innovative, so amazing, so scalable, that it does not just change a single life or a single society. It changes generations. Welcome to the AI Renaissance. Welcome to Horizon Tech AI. Episode 1. The hidden truth of adaptation. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It's the one most adaptable to change. Charles Darwin. The reality of the matter is the fact that most businesses in 2025 fail and die out because they fail to adapt. You know this, look at Netflix, look at Blockbuster, look at Apple, look at Nokia. Giants, absolute titans in their times have fallen because they have failed to adapt, or more clearly, because they won't adapt. My people, society and conformity has given you a straight path. Like always, they tell you, here's how business works. You spend hours trying to find good candidates, then you hire those candidates, and then you just have to keep on managing and inspiring those candidates. No matter what, that's it. That's your path. That's your representation of your brand through actual human beings. Now, just to be absolutely clear, there's nothing wrong with that, except everything is wrong with that. I am not saying employees are bad, that you do not need employees, that you should rely 100% on AI to run your entire business, go to sleep. I am not saying that. Employees are good for certain places, for important places where it actually requires human intellect and our reasoning capabilities to do certain tasks. However, the 90% of customers that you have that are in repetitive tasks like handling calls or doing customer support or booking meetings or doing stuff like that, managing appointments, those are the ones that are actually bringing in revenue in the business, but you don't actually need them. They are harming you more than they are benefiting you. Those 90% feed the business, but they are too limited to make the business grow. They're slow, they're unreliable, you can't trust them, you cannot possibly know all of them. There comes a point where you pass a certain level in which you have too many of this 90% that you can't represent your brand image in all of them. You can't project the image that this is how I want you to speak to our customers, this is what I want them to feel when talking to us. There comes a certain point where they all go ahead and become not a unified chaos, but a separated singular chaos in different directions. And everyone knows that there is no peace in just chaos. Peace does not exist except in unified chaos. No possible way you can cater to all of them individually as human beings. The 90% of your business, you cannot inspire them and give them the correct rules to run how you need them to. You spend all your times with managers trying to tell them to inspire. It's not gonna work. You know this. That's why you're watching this video. Human beings have faults and limitations, and that's not a bad thing. That's what keeps us humans. That's what makes us us. But from a business perspective, if that is the only portion of the business that is feeding itself, the only portion of the business that allows growth, that communicates with customers, that builds the brand image, that gets you on the newspaper, that hey, this is how they talk to their customers, this is how they represent their people. Looking at that perspective, the business cannot rely on limitations and faults. It needs to have a secure and reliable source to not just allow it to continuously run perfectly, but also to allow it to scale to unimaginable unimaginable levels. The levels of the titans that you see today. I know you, my brother. I know what you're thinking. I know how you work. I'm a business owner as well. You don't want limitations. Your mind is your job. Your only job in your business is to make decisions and think about the future of the company. That's who you are. That's your role. So tell me, what's logic? You being stuck in the cycle, this 9 to 5 in which you're working for your business and your business is not working for you. You go to sleep and 100 things are going wrong and everything crashes down. Or you incorporate a solution so amazing that your friends, your peers, your family, your parents, your children ask you, how did you do this? Who told you this? How is this possible? How have you scaled to heights unimaginable and impossible with the current social norms of how a business should run? But you might ask now, hey, Ibrahim, what do we do? Do we fire 90% of the employees that are feeding our business? Do we tie them all up in one room and start just preaching to them about this one vision and this one stuff and just, feeding inspiration into them every second? Well, that's not the solution, obviously. My people of understanding, what if I were to tell you that there's a solution so great, so powerful, so amazing, so breathtaking, that it can do what the 90% of employees can do. Just it can remove the limitations of what the human being has. It takes the human, it removes what is bad, it removes the limitations and the faults, and it keeps what is good and scales from there. Connects with your customers, it does more, it does it better, and it does it more frequent. Doing it all for less. I want to introduce you guys to Episode 2. How do you adapt? Look, now that the obvious is out of the way, the thing that no one was willing to say but everyone knew has been said. What's left? What's the solution? I want to give you guys a choice and this will clear everything up for you. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you're an agency, maybe a restaurant, maybe a dentist clinic, maybe a salon, maybe a personal training business. Just a business where you have to book people in. If I were to make you choose between 2 employees, a very simple option, 1 or 2, which one would you choose? Employee number 1, maximum limit of ongoing calls 1, maximum 300 calls handled per day, and probably has a good personality which is needed for connecting with customers. But like a human, his personality is dependent on how the wife and kids are at home. Happy wife, happy life, right? Good average employee, or so you might say. He costs, let's be generous here, 3,500 per month for an employee of that scale. Or employee number 2, maximum limit of ongoing calls maximum unlimited calls handled per day, has a good personality, doesn't rely on anyone, and is always ready for work. No questions, no ask for a raise, no training required, no needing to hire 20 more other guys for the exact same task to scale the operations. Your customers love him, everyone loves him, people prefer him because he's quicker. No long hold times, no information being missing, just straight, clear customer experience and appointments being booked. All while you sleep, all while you're busy working, all while AI is handling your calls. Okay, now here's the funny part. The obvious answer is option number 2, right? We discussed that, but I asked people that exact question and obviously they all choose option number 2. But when I clearly say AI instead of employee, not employee number 1 or employee number 2, but employee number 1 and AI voice facilitator number 2. When I say that, the exact same choice, which one would you pick? Everyone says employee. Logic is out the window. Results are out the window. You guys are fed on fake beliefs, on encrusted beliefs in your souls that are guiding you to a pit of despair. I have to say the exact same choice, just a different meaning, and it changes the entire outcome. You lose your senses, you lose your logical perspective, you lose what is correct and analytical and strategic. It's so funny how society spreads its norms, even in business, everywhere. That is just life. That is just a community. That is just how things work. People are too programmed and it leaves no room for actual innovation and advancement. It leaves people without a name, without a purpose, without any direction. Now I'm going to be very illicit here. In 2025, we have AI employees that are on par with human level communication, style, personality, emotions, the ability to connect, that can do the everyday tasks like customer support or appointment booking, can do it on a larger scale than any employee, can do it without complaining, can do it in the way that you want, can do it as your business's super AI employee. An AI that gives your business a voice An AI that gives your imagination of how your brand voice should be an actual literal voice. It conveys a message through an AI employee about exactly what type of business you are, how you want people to look at you, the innovations that you are striving towards, the future that you are looking to capture. It gives all of that image. Super employees that you create, you manage, and you control exactly how you like it. An employee is so great that it's not just going to benefit you and your business, but it's going to benefit your customers and your interactions with them. That's it. That's AI. That's AI voice facilitators. It's crazy what's possible in today's time, but few take advantage. The AI renaissance, it's a period of enlightening. It's a period where we look at the social norms and say that this is wrong. I see inefficiency here. I see that it is wrong. I see that it is not correct. I know there is better. So let's fix it and make it better. The AI renaissance is a thought process. It's a community. It's a time frame in which we transition from this period of using inefficient technologies and tools and stuff like that and way of thought into this new transcendent period in which we're using the best that mankind and humanity has to offer to our advantage, to not just us alone, but to society as a whole, giving efficiency and meaning to society, building a literal future. That's the AI renaissance, and that's what I want you to be a part of. A cause so great, a cause so breathtaking, it transcends our times. It's gonna change the very fabric of our society. You know this, you know AI is the truth. So stop listening to the societal norms. Use your mind, think. And I'm telling you, you will come to the exact same conclusion as me. It's obvious. So it's really on you guys. All I can be is the warner. I want to save you guys from your impending doom when there will come a time inside your life where it's not going to be a choice or a benefit to have AI, but it's going to be a requirement. Look at websites. You need a website now. Before, if you had a website, you were the king. You were on top of the level. You were innovating. You were making ways. You were opening doors. But now, if you have a website, it's just a generic thing. Everyone needs it. That is what AI is. If you don't incorporate it now, you will be forced to in the future. And then that's the time where only the people who did it at the beginning will have the true beneficial status. Don't be too slow to act. Your competitors, they will beat you if you don't try now. If you don't at least look and read and research about this and understand and think for yourself. Your competitors, they have brains too. They're analytical and they're strategic too. They have a plan. So outwork them by using technology that they cannot even comprehend. Pick your side. The side of the people who are innovating, who are creating a future, who are advocating for what is right, or the social norms of today that is ruining society and leading us all to an impending doom. Choose your side. The Renaissance was known for rebirth, a period of adaptation and a period of change and enlightening. I want you to be a part of it. And honestly, if you don't believe me, if you don't believe the capabilities of AI, we have released two very battle-tested AI voice facilitators. One is Mary, primarily there for appointment booking and generating you revenue while you sleep. And the other one is for customer support, that way to show your brand voice. Both are amazing, both are human-like, and I want you to be the one to tell me, hey, Ibrahim, you're right. This is the future. Test it out and let me know. So without further ado, my brothers, comment what you guys want to see next. And remember, the future is bold and it's amazing. So remember, you guys know my line. Stay hard.